I would like to, yes, thank you very much. So we have everybody back. I would like to thank you all. I mean, in this panel actually we do have like, yes, Lesiba's here too. So we have all actually like in a very different way researched based practices which somehow go deep into society in the end, in very different ways. I would just like to ask one question where I would like you to answer maybe with 2-3 short sentences. And this is one thing which has also fascinated when I was studying your practices. You have all been, you really have all made a very specific long-term commitment to a specific theme and practice. So what are what is the most interesting outcome or result? What is the most interesting learning you have, let's say, had in the last 5 years you have been doing this research? So if you could put it into a couple of sentences. I know this is challenging, but maybe a couple of sentences before we have to close this podium. Who would like to go first? Dominic, are you ready?
That's a pressure. For my personal practice, I actually now wear color because I used to be also often in dark. So that is sort of my introduction to very conformist professional understandings of, sort of using color that has always been associated with femininity and emphatically using it and maybe subverting something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's quite difficult. But I think when I think about color and I think about fashion's roles, I also think about body parts. And I think about the eyes and how the eyes are so important in how we've managed to shape the world. Um, and maybe that's just a reflection. It's not so much that I have anything to think about, but I'm really interested in how that has shaped my career. And looking back at this sort of presentation, just to see how it has shaped my career, because it's a privilege to look back at some of the things you've done and to kind of contextualize it. And I never really thought about how much color was actually part of the work that I did, as opposed to the materiality. So I think, yeah, this idea of the organ of the eye and how that shapes how people are, our narrative, how we shape people, how we shape society. Yeah, and fashion's role with it as well.
I think as a museum educator, for us, it's always about the mission or the message that we want to deliver. But by working with colors and by nurturing the colors in the nature with the community, it's so much more than that. It's so much more than how we use the color aesthetically. But the more we research about it, we also discover the history behind it, from the trading history of the indigo from India to China and to the rest of the world, to actually dyeing part is the most polluted part of the textile manufacturing process, and how we can face it in a positive way. How can we transform it into an education tools and to educate our audience and our younger audience that actually we can take an alternative ways to nurture natural dyes and to build our identity with it, because it has so much cultural significance and historical heritage side of this color. And I think this exploration journey is the most rewarding in the past few years, ever since I started curating this program from 2020. So yeah, I think it was really mind-blowing on how inspiring a color could be.
So much. I think that was quite a good summing up of what we have been talking. I think we could go much further, and I do hope we can continue this discussion. Not now, maybe, but another time. Thank you so much for being here with us and sharing your knowledge, and it has been really a great pleasure also to prepare this talk with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Bye.
Wir machen jetzt hier eine kurze Pause, 10 Minuten, und bevor wir dann in das zweite Panel einsteigen, das dann alles ganz analog und live hier stattfindet. Also in 10 Minuten wieder hier zurück.